In this video, we're going to be working on a reinforced concrete beam, and we're going to add the rebars to that beam. That is the stirrups and the main reinforcement. Okay. So first of all, we're going to add a few columns and the bases. So we're going to use the one we have currently. So at level 1, we're just going to freeze to hide the dimensions. All right. So we're going to hide in view. This one also we're going to hide in view. All right. We're going to hide the section also, so that we've got only this base and the column. So then we're going to select the base and the column, and we're going to copy it, let's say twice. All right. All right. So we have 3 columns and bases. Now we're going to insert our reinforced concrete beams. So before we move on, let's look at the elevation. So here we have the elevation. So we go to level 2 because we are going to place the columns at level 2. All right, so we hide again the sections that we don't need. Like here, we hide the sections. We can hide the text. All right, so this is hidden. Now we are at level 2, and we can in the view we put the level 1. We can get rid of the elevation. All right, so we have a tile view. All right, on this, and we add the beam under structure tab. We go to beam. All right, so we're going to go cancel. We are here, beam. We look for a concrete beam. Let's select this one. So we are at level 2. We're going to start here, and we're going to come to this one, and then from here to beam again, from here to here. All right, so you can see on the elevation the beams are in place and at the required position. All right, so we're done with the elevation. Now we're going to take a section across the beam, and we're going to open it. So it's section 4, and we're going to make again a tile view with the 2 views, level 2 and section 4. All right, so here we are, and we're going to hide the reinforcement of the columns. So hide elements, so let's select all instances, and we hide. All right, so now we've got our beam that we want to add reinforcement. So first step, we have to define the cover. So structure, reinforcement, rebar cover settings. So we're going to duplicate the cover to column, and we're going to put it as beam cover, and we're going to maintain it to 30. Now you can change it accordingly. So then I select my beam. All right, so I'll do something. No, let it be like this. So okay. All right, so then we select the column, the beam, and then in the properties palette, we're going to change the cover. All right, so cover, we're going to change it to beam cover for all the sides, because we're maintaining that everywhere, top, bottom, sides going to be same cover. All right, this is done and applied. All right, And we've got another beam here, so here also we change the cover, beam cover, here also beam cover, and here also beam cover, apply. Alright, so this is done. Now we're going to also maintain a section in the other direction. So in level 2 we're going to have another section here, so section 5, so section 5 and level 2. Alright, so we come back to our section 4, we select our beam, and well, let's hide all these sections that we don't need to see. Alright, so now we select our beam and we click on Rebar tool. Okay, so we look at the bar we want to place, so it's going to be a stirrup 52. Alright, so we ensure that the placement plane is the current work plane, the reinforcement placement is parallel to work plane, so then we move our rebar in. So then we've got 1. Okay, so now we change the parameters, we can go for T08. Okay, and the spacing we're going to change it, let's say maximum spacing we go with 150 for example. Alright, so we change it. Now if we go to section 5, it is there, but if we want to move it along, we can move it across. Okay, so it goes across. Okay, and then we've got our reinforcement which is there. Now we need to place our main bar. Alright, so we select our beam, rebar again, we're going to put our straight bars. Alright, so the placement is going to be perpendicular. Okay, so we place 1 first, alright, and then 1 at the bottom. Alright, so this is done. Now if we look at our section, now let's concentrate on our section. So we've got our bar here. Alright, here it is. Now we can edit our bars. Alright, so we can first of all move it here to the edge. Okay, the top one also. We can move it here. And then here also I move it. And at the bottom I'm moving it in. Now at the end I need to put the U-bar, so I'll put rebar, and this one I need to move it a little inside this one. Okay, fine. Alright, so then I'll have to go to rebar. Alright, and then I can put a new one, or I can sketch one. So I'm going to sketch one. Alright, so I'm going to sketch one here. In this one, rebar. So I'm going to sketch. Alright, so I've selected it. So I'm going to define the bar. First of all, I'm just going to define it outside, I mean, just like this. So I'm going this way, this way, this way, without putting any specific dimension. Once I'm done, this is the reinforcement. This one, I'm going to change it to the diameter I require. And then I can change the different dimension. Alright, so if I want A to be A starts from one end to another, but before that, let me constrain that to the main column. Alright, so I'm going to constrain this one to this one. Sorry. Alright, so I'm going to put it here. Okay, then it's okay. It's constrained. 825. Let's say I want to put it 900. So it is 900. Below also, if I want to change it to 900, it's 900. Now I want to constrain it to the bars. So I'm going to constrain. This one goes to here. So I can change. Alright. So I place it here. Fixed. And then below also I can constrain it to this one. So then I just move it like this here, and it is constrained. So I've got my U-bar, but if I want to modify it further, I just need to add, let's say, a hook at the end, 60. Here also, let's say I put it 60. Done. Here you are. So this is done. Alright. Now, if I'm dealing with continuous beam, then I'll have to detail the top reinforcement accordingly. Alright, so it might be that this at the bottom I will need only 2 reinforcement. Let's put it this way. I'm going to put my own free sketch, so I'm going to use this one. So at the bottom I'm going to have, let's say, a horizontal bar, goes like this, goes this way, right, and then goes up. Okay, so this is how it is. I need to change the diameter of the bar to, let's say, I'm using 16, or no, I'm using 12, that's fine. T12, T12, alright. And then I need to constrain it below. So every time you need to look at how we constrain the bar. Let me check. It is constrained here. Alright. Okay. Now this is done. Now the top one, we might need to change it further. Alright, so this rebar. Okay, so we have to sketch. So we click the section where we need to sketch. Let's say we have to do it here. Let's put it to the center. Alright, and then we're going to mirror everything. So, and then we have at the end a small hook like this. Okay, this is done. Now we change the rebar, we put it, let's say it is going to be 25. Okay, sorry. Okay. Alright, no worries. So then we constrain this one. Okay. Now we have to bear in mind the top one, whether we've got a lapping, so we can move it down. All right, and then if we need to edit this bar, we can by just putting the rope, and here we can just mirror. Okay, and then we can mirror the other bars. This one, control select, control select. All right, then we mirror, same thing. All right, it's mirrored. Okay, so we've got our bars. If we go to level 2, all right, we can't see properly the reinforcement, but if we do select all, filter, check none, structural rebar, apply, okay, then in the properties palette under graphics, click on edit next to view visibility states, and then checked the first line, the first row, and you're going to see your rebars. Okay, so the rebars are in place. Section is there. Okay, it is there. This one, it is there. This is okay. Okay, edit visibility. Sorry. It is there. Section, elevation. Okay. Here you are. So we've already positioned the reinforcement in the beams. Now we can detail them. Same thing. Annotate, tag. All right, you can tag. All right, this is, let's say this is what. This is something different. Okay, so then you can change accordingly. Put that horizontal. Okay, this one also we put it horizontal. Apply. Good. Alright, so if we need to change the bore diameter, we can come here. We try to go with H20. This one we need to change to, I don't know, H16. So it is changed. So accordingly, we can modify the rebars to the beams, as we've shown in this particular video. Now if we want to detail the stirrup, so here we are, we still can. So annotate, multi rebar, so you get all the reinforcement in, stirrups in place, and it is properly referenced. Now in our next video, we're going to look at slab reinforcement.